Sissy was always eating lollipops. Mom and Dad loved her more, I think. However, this was about 15 to 20 years ago. I was only around 7 or 8, and my sister was around 3, I believe. She was always eating lollipops. These things were almost as big as her head. She used to hide them up in the kitchen windowsill. Mom would always find them. However, one day in particular, we had to take a trip. We were going, I can't remember where, but we were going somewhere that was going to be about a 10-hour drive. But the place that we were going to see our grandparents, or grandparent, I should say. Our grandmother had passed away about a year ago. Our grandfather, who is the one responsible for giving Sissy lollipops all the time, was there waiting on us. We got there that night, and lo and behold, there he was standing on the front porch, holding a lollipop in both hands, had his arms out ready to give us a hug. He welcomed us inside. We took our stuff to the guest room, and then we went to sleep. The next morning, as we were getting ready to have breakfast and whatnot, my granddad was on the front porch reading a newspaper, and we heard him scream, but a very muffled scream. I ran outside to see what was the matter, and my grandpa had this look on his face. I ran to the house, and I grabbed Mom, brought her outside, and she said, "Oh my God, he's having a heart attack, I think." Well, we took him to the hospital. We were there for a good while. He didn't make it. Sister, I, and my mom and my dad stayed there with him after he passed away for as long as the hospital would allow us. About 3 to 4 days later, the funeral was there in the town. We seen our family that was around. People were traveling up to see him. We stayed for about 3 to 4 more days, and then we went back home. Every night after that, because Sissy, my sister, absolutely loved our grandpa, she could not sleep. So every night I would go into her room and I would tuck her in and tell her a little story, and then I would bring her a glass of water. One in particular night, I was in bed and I heard her talking to somebody. I got my covers off of me. I walked inside her room. "Who are you talking to?" I asked her. She said, "Grandpa." "Ah, you're just kidding me," I said. But as I told her, "You're just kidding me," she reached underneath her pillow and she got her favorite flavor lollipop. Now, I remember very vividly. I ate mine and she ate hers. We only had one apiece given to us by our granddad, and we ate that the very first day. Where did she get this? So I asked her, "Sister, where did you get this?" "From Grandpa," she said. "Okay. Go to sleep. I'll see you in the morning." She lays down and I tuck her in, and I go into my room. I cover myself up and I'm thinking about what happened. The next morning, I get up. I don't even eat breakfast. I cut to the chase and I go into my mom and dad's room and I wake them up and I say, "Sister said she seen Grandpa last night." "What, honey?" Mom said. I said, "Sister said she seen Grandpa last night, and he gave her a lollipop, She was in there last night eating it, and I know good and well she ate it when we were at his house. That can't be possible, son, she said. Dad said for me just to get my butt back in bed. I was too tired. I said, Dad, I might be tired because I barely slept. I'm worried about sister. Don't you worry, he said. She'll be fine. So I kind of mope back to my room, and I'm just sitting there on the edge of my bed, scratching my head, and I'm just wondering what has happened. How could this even be possible? There's no such thing as ghost. I might be but 7 or 8 years old at the time, but I still knew there is no such thing as ghost. Or is there? Immediately when I told myself that, I heard a faint tapping. I looked. I'm just looking around. I can't see nothing. Who is it? I said, who is it? I said. Nobody said anything. I looked around, still didn't see nothing. I'm rubbing my eyes. I'm walking down the hallway, coming into the living room, to the kitchen. I still don't see anybody. I think, oh my gosh, I've got to get some sleep. I hear a very, very faint tap again. This time it sounds like it's coming from my bedroom. I walk into my bedroom and I hear it again. And again, but only louder. And even louder. I walk around to the other side of my bedroom and I crouch down and I begin to cry. I don't know what is happening. I open my eyes and lift my head up and I look to the ceiling, and then I look down at my bed, and all of a sudden I see a lollipop on my bed. There's 2 of them. Apparently one for me and one for Sissy. I remember before that Grandpa would give us the lollipops, he would give us the hug with the lollipops in his hand, but he would always be close to something he could knock on, just like this. And then he would hand it to us. Papa had such a great personality.